This is the third episode of Maxx90 Dad Bod Abs for the Busy Man. So we're getting into the really good tip tonight. We're into the top 5. We're going to kick this off. Tip number 5 is drink water and drink lots of it. So for the average woman out there, it's about 2.5 litres per day. For the average guy, it's about 3.5 litres per day. And the reason this is so important, water has so many benefits, fat loss being one of the benefits, for several different reasons. Drinking plenty of water can help keep you full so you don't eat as much food. But one of the main things it does is your body requires water to break down fat. And if your body's fully hydrated, it can break down fat no problem. Once hydration levels start to decrease, your body will then use whatever water it has for so many other more vital processes, and burning fat comes down to a halt until hydration levels are increased again. So that's why water is so important for anyone trying to burn fat, as well as so many other benefits health-wise. Tip number 4, this is the one, guys, this is the bad news one. Everybody already knows this one, but it's just putting right in front of you. Unfortunately, it is avoid what causes fat. And there's very few people who don't know what causes body fat. And I have it down to a list of the big 5, which I teach all my clients about. The big 5 is alcohol, takeaways, sugary drinks and sugary sweets, pastries, cakes and buns, bakery goods, and the last one is inactivity. That's the big 5 that causes body fat. If you find yourself overweight, it's not from over consuming potatoes, it's not from eating too much chicken, it's from over consuming one of those 4 or inactivity, or a mixture of both. So the bad news is, if you want to start burning body fat, if you eat 3 or 4 takeaways a week, you really got to reduce that right down. If you find yourself, if you drink every weekend, you got to reduce that right down. That's the bad news, guys. If you're looking at a quick fix that allows you to lose weight while drinking and while eating takeaways, this isn't the channel for you, and Maxx90 isn't the solution for you. But if you're on about proper serious weight loss, fat loss, these avoid what causes fats is one of the big ones. So that's tip number 4. Tip number 3 is food prep. We call it food prep. Food preparation doesn't necessarily have to mean loads of wee containers with a bit of chicken, a bit of broccoli, a bit of rice, the way you see bodybuilders do it. That's food prep for bodybuilders. Food prep can just be as much as having the right foods in the house all the time, so that you're not going to the cupboard, open up the cupboard, and the only thing there is a block of cheese and some hot chocolate, and you end up eating a block of cheese with drinking hot chocolate. So food prep can be having the food. It's also then having small amounts of food cooked, but not necessarily split into the containers. You could have a tub of sweet potatoes cooked and a few chicken breasts cooked, just for the times when you're in a rush, there's not much to eat, and you're able to then grab healthy choices. Other things can be for the guys who go off to work very early in the morning, that they have their good healthy lunch made the night before. They also have their breakfast made the night before, so that when they wake up, whether it's a shake or whether it's overnight oats or whatever it is, it's prepped and they can eat it, so they're not leaving the house with no breakfast and then getting their first feed at 10 a.m, which is a very common occurrence with guys at work in the building trade and other manual labour jobs. So food prep number 3. Number 2, getting into the serious ones now. Number 2 is train your mind. What train your mind means is get yourself goal orientated. learn to take full control of your conscious mind. So much of what we do is habit. And if you look at what you do in the morning, it's generally the same thing every morning until you get to maybe a Sunday where you have a lay in. That's again another habit. So you can program habits that are going to work towards your goals, train your mind for success, increase your belief in yourself, increase your knowledge of food, increase your knowledge of body transformation. That's all training your mind. And you can see that this comes way ahead of training, which was down around number 10 and 11. So a person who takes into training but doesn't train their mind eventually is going to give up. Whereas a person who has their mind trained, works on it every day, gets themselves very goal oriented, learns how to create new habits, learns how to create new beliefs within their mind, they will end up getting the final results. And that's why mind training, mindset, it's something that I teach all my clients from the very start. I teach them that mindset is more important than nutrition and training. To get results, you need all three together. To keep yourself on the track with training, you need the right mindset. To keep yourself on the track with nutrition, you need the right training and mindset. And that's why then train your mind is second in the list. Number one is track your macros. Track your macros, top of the list. What does track your macros mean? Macros are macronutrients, the nutrients that you need in the largest proportions. That's down to 3. That's protein, carbs, and fats. So we have a few tools in the gym in Maxx90 that teaches you how to control how much proteins, carbs, and fats, how you know what you're eating. Once you eat a certain amount of macros and a certain amount of calories, your body will behave in a certain way. And once you get that there, you're consuming the correct amount to achieve your goals. That's when your body will start changing towards whatever your goals are, whether it's muscle building or fat loss or whatever it is. So tracking your macros, knowing the right amount of proteins, carbs, and fats that's going into your body. Once you know that, you'll know which way your body will behave, how it'll adapt, and you will reach your end goal. So that's the top 15. My top 15 tips for burning body fat. Hopefully you get some tips out of these guys. Hopefully that there's a few things to get you started. The main notes to take away from this, down at the bottom, in the bottom 5, we have cardio. Just above that, we have weight training. On up round, middle of the top, we have nutrition. And then up round the top ones, it's train your mind, number 2. And then track your macros is number 1. These are your main big two important ones. So hopefully that's enough to get you started. If anybody has any questions on anything, guys, post them down. I'll do a video of them and post it up. And hopefully, plenty more good videos, plenty more stuff to come on this channel that will get you all working towards your goals for 2017.